This is the important first bit, which is our acknowledgement. We acknowledge the Kaurna people, the traditional custodians of the land, waters and sky where we're gathered. We pay respects to their elders, past and present, and to all First Nations people who are present. Since the first sunrise and sunset, Kaurna have been here, and may we walk forward in respect and responsibility. We look to the sky to see the stingray many of us know as the Southern Cross. We acknowledge the stars who have guided the way home and to safety. We recognise Kakira, the moon, whose light we gather under this evening when she rises. Now there are some steps in the vigil. There will be a song, a poem, another song, a litany of marine life, and 3 minutes silence. So the first song comes from Chris Finnan, and it's a world premiere, and it's called Time to Make Waves.
Thank you very much. Well, you're in for a bit of a treat tonight when the moon does come out, because it's going to be a full moon. So if there's not too much cloud cover, it's rather magical, isn't it? I was asked to write. Well, actually, I was asked if I could do something, and I decided that it was probably a good idea to write something. I wanted to write a song that wasn't too long-winded. Most of you people know why you're here and what you're here for. And I think the idea of writing a song is to try and get through to the people that aren't here and perhaps don't realise what the situation is. And now, when it comes to the laws of nature, well, I don't know what mankind can do about this. It'd be like the same as talking about the Amazon. Nature is nature and it has its own rules. But we can all be aware, we can all care, and we can all do our best. That's the best any of us can do. So I wrote this little tune. Actually, I finished it at 7 o'clock this morning. So a little thing called Time to Make Waves. So just a little sort of poetic piece of music about the situation that we're all in. Stress, climate change, viral bloom is here again. Poison lapping onto the shore. Swimming isn't any fun no more. Swimming isn't any fun no more. Fish washed up as toxic waste. Garfish, scallop, raisin skates. From Victor Harbour to Henley Beach, flounder, octopus, all out of reach. Abalone, Tommy's getting it rough. Times are getting tougher than tough. Times are getting tougher than tough. Now even the shark has lost its bite. South Australian Ocean is full of blight. Let the blue groper tell you about the thin blue line. Do something now because we're running out of time. Do something now because we're running out of time. Now it's time to make waves. Raise your voice. All all of your children won't have a choice of laughter and playing and swimming in the sea, the answer is up to you and me now. Now think about it. What do you want to do? The answer's up to me and you. Now think about it. What do you want to do? The answer's up to me and you. Now think about it. What do you want to do? The answer's up to me and you. Thank you very much. I hope this is as much as we can get out the PA, so I hope the words were clear enough for you. I have decided I'm going to go into the studio in a couple of weeks, put this tune down, and give it to Moira and anybody else that might want it, so that they can play it for all the people that aren't here, and hopefully it'll just give people something to think about. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Chris. The next thing is a poem, and it's adapted from a Pablo Neruda poem, and it's called Elegy for the Forgotten Ones. So the poem readers.
Elegy for the Forgotten Ones. Right up close. How's that? Okay. Elegy for the Forgotten Ones. Where is the fish, the one we did not see die? Where is the octopus, the crab, the silent stingray, who vanished beneath a bloom we call beautiful? We remember, we rise with the tide.
Where are the waves we emptied of their music? Where is the coral now grey as ash? The seagrass beds where life once rocked its young. We remember, we rise with the tide. I call those names of those without names, spined, shelled, scaled, soft, who lived without betrayal until our silence arrived. We remember, we rise with the tide.
O earth, forgive the forgetting, forgive the slow drift into indifference. We remember, we rise with the tide.
We light these candles not to warm the sea, but to warm our hearts towards action. We remember, we rise with the tide. Let this be the tide that turns.
Remember, we rise with the tide.
Thank you. Our second song is from Gospel Groove Choir, and it's We Shall Be Known.
Any more pop choristers hiding? Ready?
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.
Thanks to Gospel Groove. Now, I think maybe if we gather a bit closer to the sea, and listen in silence to a list of marine creatures who have died, more than 400 species, up to 450 apparently, identified by our naturalist citizen scientists. So if the readers of our litany could come forward.
Who's number one? Who's number one? That's you.
So I'm from Flagstaff Hill. So the southern fiddler ray, bluefin leather jacket, long-finned worm eel, Port Jackson shark, western striped grunter, rough leather jacket, ornate cowfish, ring puffer, estuary cobbler, western shoal-nosed ray, globefish, common razor clam, dusky morwong, cobbler wobblong, longhead flathead, blueweed whiting, common sea dragon, blue-spotted goatfish, and the tube mouth.
Good evening, I'm Marisa Bell from Kangarilla. Sand crab, deep water burrfish, the rough rock crab, circular ear shell, the golden decorator crab, the rock flathead, the smooth stingray, the weeping toadfish, rockling, the little gurnard perch, the southern gaper, the southern garfish, the rough bullseye, Shaw's cowfish, the long snout boarfish, spiny tail leather jacket, southern date shell, the warty prowfish, Gunn's six-armed star, the silver belly, the Australasian brown cucumber, the short-haired seahorse.
I'm Annette from Aldinga Beach. Rainbow kale, double-rayed sunset clam, brown bubble shell, red rock crab, Australasian snapper, southern flat oyster, staircase abalone, Australian giant cuttlefish, brush tail pipefish, black lip abalone, western talma, Australian blue swimmer crab, little penguin, toothbrush leather jacket, bridal leather jacket, southern Australian cobbler, coffin ray, queen scallop, painted lady pheasant shell, common warrener, New Zealand octopus, horseshoe leather jacket.
Amanda from Hallett Cove, beaked salmon, Australian angle shark,
Western Pacific purple sea urchin, southern cardinal fish, blue-lined leather jacket, smooth toadfish, hairy mussel, leafy sea dragon, big scale bullseye, southern ruffy, spotted pipefish, fimbret helmet snail, stumpy pencil urchin, scaly fin, snook, southern eagle ray, little weed whiting, varied carpet shark, velvet leather jacket, banded ark, King George whiting.
Lauren Dew from McLaren Vale. Yellow-eye mullet, great spider crab, 11-armed sea star, prickly toadfish, 6-spine leather jacket, cream honeycomb sponge, valve mouth, ascidian, long ray weed whiting, black-faced cormorant, whiskey shark, Bowman bug, southern hammer oyster, elephant snail, bronze whaler, small tooth, flounder, tasseled anglerfish, Australian spindle, Gulf cat shark, old wife, rock crab, and rough-beaked mussel.
Hi, I'm Anna from Moana. The lumpy sea tulip, orange bud, puffer, pippi, bearded rock cod, brick red sea star, the fan sponge, black swan, southern rock lobster, granular sea star, moonlighter, large ribbed perdita, herring kale, southern sea mouse, sergeant baker, Australian horse conch, gummy shark, southern blue devil, Australian herring, Western Australian salmon, common biscuit star, pale sea urchin, magpie perch.
I'm Kate from Plimpton. Sea sweep, common gurnard perch, black bream, southern sand star, New Holland cuttlefish, Australian sardine, left eye flounders, ovoid sea urchin, Melbourne skate, pied cormorant, giant sea tulip, doughboy scallop, southern pygmy leather jacket, short-spined urchin, Gulf wobbegong, broad horse mussel, false ear shell, scarlet thorny oyster, common dolphin, common peanut worm.
Hello, I'm Lucy from Flagstaff Hill. Australian black nerite, common southern cockle, inflated egg urchin, banded sea perch, Australasian gannet, long-nosed fur seal, long-fin pike, lesser blue-ringed octopus, blight redfish, yellow fin whiting, variable mussel, livid fan scallop, silver gull, spiny sea squirt, spotted sea star, common hardyhead, silver drummer, common Herbert crab.
Hi, I'm Deb from Moana. Mud cockle, southern sponge finger, swallowtail, smooth pebble crab, contracted chiton, smooth shore crab, prickly angelfish, southern school whiting, southern sand octopus, rough turban shell, bristled sponge crab, lucine, I think, clans, blue throat wrasse, short-tailed shearwater, blue-tailed leather jacket, elongate bullseye, New Zealand snapping shrimp, club-spined sea urchin, rose abalone.
I'm Leanne from Noarlunga Downs. Little white telin, black mussels, castle nails wrasse, carpet sea star, conical moon snail, zoned cynon, yellow-tailed scad, southern velvet fish, yellow striped leather jacket, southern blue spotted flathead, scarlet cardinal fish, whiskered prowfish, Australian mactra, common shore crab, orange feather star, rayed bittersweet clam.
Hi, I'm Selena from Christie's Beach. Australian pelican, rusty carpet shark, mulloway, little pied cormorant, starry toadfish, Australian anchovy, common stargazer, cone-shaped hoof shell, commercial scallop, green-lip abalone, sand cockle, short-finned worm eel, pure trough shell, diamond patterned sea urchin, Australian sea cucumber, Pacific gull, broad-nosed seven-gill shark, western shovel-nosed stingaree, southern calamari squid, lineated commonilla, white rock clam.
Hello, Pete and Jill from McLaren Vale. I have southern sand flathead, sandy sprat, white spotted anglerfish, blue sprat, rare sea star, Australian rock borer, and moray.
Shy albatross, fluttering shearwater, fairy prion, great white shark, European green crab, Australian elephant fish, senator wrasse, John Dory, pink ling, blue mackerel, pleated sea squirt.
Hi, I'm Anne from McLaren Vale. Pygmy thornback skate, southern crest, I should have bought my jolly glasses, crested weedfish, ridged Venus, golden oyster, giant chiton, southern razor shell, little seaweed crab, Gulf Gurnard perch, Queen's leather jacket, southern keeled octopus, corroded ichnochiton, oblique southern cockle, long-nosed piperfish, common bottle-nosed dolphin, brown fur seal, spaghetti worms.
Greta Wilkes with my children Mila, Bria, Sia and Ace.
Black stingray, small scale bullseye, wood siphon fish, common pheasant shell, elongate wedge shell, black cowrie, Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphin, Australian sea lion. Brown spotted wrasse, coastal stingray, spiny boxfish, bony brain.
Barber perch, short-spined urchin, shouldered triton snail, hairy seaweed crab and mosaic leather jacket.
Barry from McLaren Vale. Common octopus, harlequin fish, yellow-tailed kingfish, black spotted wrasse, dusky whaler, red gurnard, blue shark, grey colossal ascidian, purple rock crab, Mediterranean fanworm, velvet sea star, marble fish, 4 and 4 sea star, zebrafish, smooth-handed crab, spiny gurnard, red velvet fish, and the hairy stone crab.
Gina Kellett from Noarlunga, blue morwong, silver spot, short boarfish, little pink urchin, hairy pistol prawn, burrowing shore crab, fan-like dog cockle, white sunset shell, marina, robust peanut worm, blind fish, red-capped plover, and 10 others that are rare, so rare they don't have common names.
Hi, I'm Katie from Morton Vale. Blue-tinged Dicinia, Cummings boring Venus, Western king prawn, Victoria's horse mussel, ceramic ghost shrimp, pencil weed whiting, painted stinkfish, Ludwig's sea cucumber, Compton's cowrie, slender cuttlefish, and large tooth beardy.
Hello, I'm Tony from Port Wollonga. White-headed petrel, Antarctic prion, North giant petrel, Southern giant petrel, great cormorant, leggerhead sea turtle, leatherback sea turtle, pygmy sperm whale, humpback whale, tailor, sea pork, smooth hammerhead, spotted wobbegong, short-fin mucko, big belly sawfish, sawhorse, stalked sea squirt, red-beard sponge, flying fishes, western blue groper, smooth spine leatherjacket, southern conger, eastern mosquito fish, rosy weed fish, purple wrassie, southern blue fin tuna, sea potato, zebra top snail, silver puffer, striped pajama bottletail, small spine sea star, noble sea cucumber, salmon and trouts, common feather star.
Hello, I'm Meme. I'm from Willunga. Wide body pipefish, biscuit star, worm sea cucumber, eastern rainbow fish, southern red scorpion fish, Haswell's crab, Samson fish, spotted smooth shore crab, silver trevally, spotted grubfish, white-barred boxfish, brain ascidian, beaked sandfish, silverfish, western kelpfish, flathead sandfish, thetis fish, crested pipefish, rhino pipefish, deep body pipefish, fringe stargazer, speckled stargazer, obese ascidian, scaly limpet, threadfin leatherjacket, longfin worm eel, notched shore crab, conjuvol, granular sea star, faceted crab, and western long-spined sea urchin, all of which were part of a almost 440 species that have been wiped out during this current catastrophe.
We'll have 3 minutes silence, and then we'll have a little bit more after that. Perhaps if you'd like to come forward and in any case face the sea, and Jane will time 3 minutes for us. if we could have Moira, Moira Weir, and Blaise Pilgrim to the microphone.
I'd like to introduce Blaise Pilgrim to you all. You may have seen a very beautiful video that Blaise and a lot of her friends made to promote this evening, and she's going to share a little bit of her story about why she has done that and what her motivation has been. So please make her welcome.
Thank you all for coming. It's nice to see so many faces out to support what's going on at the moment. This is my home. I have lived a stone's throw away from Noarlunga Downs and Christie Downs my entire life. And what's going on hurts. There is a creek just down the street from where my mum, my sister and I found our home in Noarlunga Downs. This creek is where I learned that frogs are really hard to catch, and inch ants aren't your friends even if you're really nice to them. There was a time that was my last visit to that creek as a child, which I don't remember, but I remember it fondly as a beautiful place of nature. I grew up, time moved on, and long forgotten was the creek, which was actually a concrete storm drain. In the middle of 2020, my mum and I heard of a rescue dog in desperate need of a home. Of course, we took her in. It didn't matter that she was 35 kilos of terrified and traumatised. It became very clear very quickly that she needed routine and habit to feel secure, and truth be told, I needed that too. So importantly for my mental health and for her well-being, we would go on a walk a day. And the streets in which we would walk, ironically called Challenge Drive, we would trip over trash and trolleys in every direction on every walk. What started out as a mission to help a dog adjust and to improve my mental health rapidly became something bigger, connected to a bigger story, something heartbreaking, but that felt very much the tip of the iceberg. So not long after my mum and I adopted Fifi, Fifi and I adopted Challenge Drive through Adopt-A-Spot scheme. And we made our little dent in what was a mountain of rubbish. In a period of about 2 years, it seemed to have made a difference. There were less trolleys and there were less rubbish. Until one fateful day, she took me on a walk down memory lane, back to Challenge Creek. I don't have the words to accurately describe the smell of putrid, rotting plants that was smothered in plastic. The discards of everyone's rubbish along the street blew down towards the storm drain, and without intervention would have found itself not so far from where we stand today. Upon seeing the immense amount of rubbish that had collected in Challenge Creek, I was devastated, and a little voice in my head said, "You absolute goose, like you really think you could make a big difference. You haven't made a difference at all." But I had. She was standing there next to me after 2 years, peacefully, mostly adjusted, and having made a couple of kilos difference in how much rubbish had ended up in that creek. We walked home more slowly that day. When we got home, I posted a selfie of Fifi and I on Facebook, sharing what we'd seen. And not long after, 24 people, mostly strangers, connected to Adopt-A-Spot who were moved by the plight of Challenge Creek, came together and pulled out more than 300 kilos of rubbish that was destined to end up down our waterways and towards our coastlines. The reason that I want to share this with you is because all of us are facing something that is so globally big we feel immensely powerless.
But there is much power in deciding to focus on what is immediately in front of you on your journey of looking after yourself and who may be by your side. Doing what you can, even if it is as small as one bit of rubbish at a time, one small action at a time. When you follow your heart and you do this, and you share what you see with others, you will be surprised by how much support you will have. You will be surprised at what difference you can make. If you are feeling overwhelmed and daunted by the scale of what we are seeing, connect in with the network. Join places like Adopt a Spot, whether you happen to have a beautiful rescue dog who needs it or not. Take on board what you can. Speak clearly and proudly to other people that there is hope. Because there is hope. Consider joining Adopt a Spot. Consider joining iNaturalist and the SA Marine Mortality event page. Do what you can and do it together. Thank you.
Thank you, Blaze. There's lots of people to thank, and I will do a little litany of my own of thanks in a moment. But just as we're coming towards the end of our vigil time together, we want to encourage everyone to follow the lead of Blaze and of all of you actually here. I suspect you're all actively involved one way or another. We do have a little piece of information, 10 things that I've written down that I think you can do, but you can probably think of 10 each yourself. I do have some really specific requests of you tonight though. We would like to be able to light up the whole coast of South Australia, not just for ourselves so we can see ourselves in the story and the actions we take, but people all over the world are watching as well. And quite often we are the canaries in the coal mine and we need to help other people see what's coming their way. On Thursday night, the City of Onkaparinga hosted a community information evening, and Professor Mike Steer, who I usually call Mr. Cuttlefish, he was telling us that the algal bloom is only 75 kilometres now from that very sacred space in our ocean. I'm optimistic that it won't get there, so are the scientists, but we also need to do the bits that we can do wherever we are. And we're here in this place, in wherever those towns that you heard from the voices of those 440 odd species that have been affected by this algal boom. So that you've got some pieces of paper are coming around to you. On one side is a bit of information of 10 ideas that you can take with you and do in your family, with your friends, with your neighbours, your workmates, maybe students at school. And on the other side is just a picture of tonight. And what I'm asking you to do is to maybe point to one thing that you're going to do and ask someone to take a photo. And we've set up an Instagram account called Beach Vigils with an _SA on it. And if you take your own photos, post them to your friends and include that, that means that we can then collect all of that information. And just like the scientists are asking us to join iNaturalist and the Ozfish incredible project that they're doing on the marine mortality, the value of that is that we can amplify our stories, we can aggregate our stories, and we can make visible to everyone the challenge that we have in this place, but it's the challenge that we want to invite others to help us work on. This didn't just happen overnight. This scarf here I was telling people the other day, was one of my COVID craft projects. Some of you may have had COVID craft projects. And I started crocheting. I downloaded the data of the sea temperature off the coast of Christie's Beach, and so the white bit was my baseline, the year I was born, 1958, and I stopped doing it when I knew I was going to have to start getting even darker red wool, so that I stopped doing that about 3 years ago. But you can see that it's way back here that the ocean starts. It wasn't just yesterday. So I really encourage all of you to do whatever you can in with whatever you've got to make the difference, because it's collectively through our connectivity, by getting to know one another, joining together in whatever that is. But I would really love you to amplify the story and the experience you've had tonight. Tell other people about it, why you came, what you're taking home with you, what are the issues that are impacting on you, and share that story and make it visible to not just to yourself, but to your friends, family, workmates, and indeed to the entire planet. So a few thank yous from me. I put up a poster and then you all came, but lots of people have made incredibly generous offers tonight. Firstly, I think we need to give Chris Finnan a huge round of applause. Chris has, as you heard, finished the song at 7 o'clock this morning. He also is contributing it to the movement for climate for all of us to be involved in whatever way we can. So that'll be in the public domain not too long. So go and share it with your friends. It's not something that he's gifted it to the work that needs to be done. To Mag Merrilees, can you give her a big round of applause? Who is our MC this evening? Where's Gillian? Gillian here, who just kept saying, I can do this, I can do this, I can find someone. Yes, we can get a PA, yes. No is not in her vocabulary, just letting you know that. So please thank Gillian. Meme, who was busy organising and collecting people's names, but a huge, huge thank you to my partner in arms here, literally to Blaze Pilgrim. Can you give her a round of applause? And the entire Onkaparinga leadership team and their incredible alumni, many of you are here tonight, who have taken this step to take action in your own lives. So thank you, everyone. Please hang around if you want to talk to people, take a photo and put it on Instagram.
Can we get a round of applause for Moira, please? Her incredible ability to speak to people's hearts and get them to move is awe-inspiring. Thank you. If anyone here has a story that they would like to share, something that they would like to say, if they have footage or images of what has happened within the leadership of Onkaparinga, alumni groups, within local communities of the divers and the beach walkers and the dog owners, there's quite whispers of us trying to pull together what our community's message is. At the moment, I have very tentatively put my hand up to be the main point of contact to try and bring that together. There are 2 QR codes, one that's near just this side of the candles, one that's near this side of the candles. Please find me, connect in, and let me know if you've got something to say or something you wish to ask or something that you've seen that you wish to share, because I want to collate it and hashtag it with Shine a Light for Our Oceans. So thank you.